Welcome to Better Philly. I'm Renee Ellison. Shopping for auto insurance can be intimidating, confusing, and expensive, especially if you make the wrong choices. Yet, despite the importance and expense involved, there's very little information available to educate consumers on how to shop for auto insurance. Our guest today, Eric Poe, is from Cure Auto Insurance, and he's going to give you the inside scoop on what you need to know before you buy. I am so happy that you're here because this is such an important topic because so many people need insurance, right?
Yeah, 49 of the states require it.
Now, what makes Cure Auto Insurance unique?
Well, what makes Cure Auto Insurance unique is that we really care primarily about how well you drive when we determine your rates.
What do you mean?
Well, in the last 10 years, most national insurance companies have started adopting credit scores, whether or not you went to college, whether or not you work in a high-paying job to determine whether you're eligible for the lowest rates. And Cure Auto Insurance has sort of bucked that trend, and we've said we're not going to use any of those factors to determine how much you pay for car insurance.
That's a really great thing. Now, you've expanded into the Pennsylvania area. So what do you do if you're new to the area and shopping for auto insurance? What's the first step? What should they do?
Probably the first step I would do is utilize the internet. I'd probably go to the Department of Insurance website, look at the list of car insurance companies that are writing in the state. I'd probably go to Google and put in the state and car insurance and put that in there and see what names come up, and probably look at 4 or 5 of the insurance companies and get quotes from them.
And what do you do when you're comparing prices and comparing options and products and services?
Well, I think one of the most important things is really looking at whether or not you have a good credit score. Because if you don't have a great credit score, despite the fact that 92% of the insurance companies use credit score, you want to probably find the insurance companies like Cure that don't use your credit score, because it probably would save you money.
That's definitely an important thing to consider. Now, what if you're on vacation and you're considering the insurance that they offer? Is that a good deal?
No, actually, that's one of the biggest misconceptions all consumers have, and that is, so long as you have physical damages or insurance for your physical part of your car in your regular policy, when you go on vacation and your rental car gets rented, that's covered by your original policy. So it's definitely something that you can save a lot of money on when you go on vacation.
Now, Eric, there's 2 different types of insurance, right? There's collision and there's a liability.
Right. Well, there's collision and comp, which is your physical damages of your car, and then there's liability, and that collision and comp is what covers your car if you hit a tree or if there's a flood or somebody vandalizes your car.
And it's okay to drop one but not the other?
Yeah, the physical damages you can drop, and once your car gets older, you probably want to do that to save some money.
Thank you so much, Eric. These are really helpful tips. For more information, go to drivewell.com. Better Philly will be right back. Welcome to Better Philly. I'm Renee Ellison. Auto insurance, it's expensive, it's important, and today we've got a 5-point checklist of what you should do before you renew your current policy. Our guest today is Eric Poe from Cure Auto Insurance, and these tips offer important consumer advice. Let's start with the car's value. Why is that important?
Well, it's important because about 40% of what you pay every year for car insurance goes into a coverage that pays for the physical damages of your car. So if you hit a tree because it's slippery outside, or if a tree falls on your car, that's a physical damage coverage. And 40% of that is pretty expensive. And if your car is getting older, it's worth less. It doesn't necessarily make much sense to pay so much money for it to an insurance company and not get the benefits if the car is not worth that much.
And we hear a lot about Blue Book value. Is that where we look to find the value of the car?
We recommend going to galvs.com, which is a website, to assess what your car is really worth when your car gets damaged and it could get totaled.
You say know your credit score. Why is that important?
Yes, now that's very important because recent studies show that 92% of all national insurance companies use your credit scores to determine your rates. But there's some insurance companies like Cure Auto Insurance or others that make up the 8% that don't, and you could save a lot of money if you don't have a perfect credit score.
So many people don't have a perfect credit score.
Well, definitely during this recessionary era, you know, if you're not able to pay your bills, it certainly hasn't changed the way you drive during the year, but you may actually pay more for car insurance simply because your credit score went down.
And you also say find out what insurance companies use for their rating criteria. What does that mean?
Recently, it's been discovered that some national insurance companies use whether or not you went to college or whether you work at a very high-paying job, or even if you own a home, to determine whether they give you the best rates. So So if you aren't one of those people, like you rent a home or you didn't go to college, then you probably want to shop around and make sure your car insurance company now doesn't charge you more for that. 73% of all U.S. adults over the age of 25 don't have a four-year college degree.
And you need to shop around as well.
Yes, definitely. Go to websites, somebody beyond your agent or broker, because an agent or broker may represent just one or two companies. So when they say, hey, this is the best rate you can get every year, it may not actually be the best rate you can get.
Now, tip number 5, you say do independent research. What does independent research mean?
Well, because as I said before, when somebody's getting paid a commission for only representing one or two companies, really they don't have the access to steer you to other insurance companies. So it makes sense to go to other independent websites to get quotes.
Thank you so much, Eric, for being here. For more information on Cure Auto Insurance, go to drivewell.com. And coming up, are you looking at Philly's next millionaire? The Better Philly Millionaire Contest is coming up, so stay tuned. I'm Renee Ellison. We'll be right back.